What's up? What it do, y'all? We is black.
We made it.
Smoke Dog. What number this is, bro?
49.
And who we got with us today?
Who we got?
The
OGs.
Das Germans.
Yeah.
Oh, the OGs.
He's not
That's
wrong.
one thing y'all can hold.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Y'all can hold that over our head.
Never gonna change. Never gonna change.
100.
What episode of this is? I don't know.
100%.
For us, like 100
Yeah, what?
something, 120 something, I think.
129?
Maybe. I honestly have no clue.
I think it's 129.
I don't usually count this high.
Look it up.
I don't know.
Give me a number.
I will look it up right now. JJ's looking it up as we speak. Do you guys want to pronounce it in German again? I can text you if you want to. You can pronounce it in German.
Yeah. We'll do that. Let me get through with the intro real quick. But yeah, want to welcome everybody back. Before we get started with this video, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that like. What's the number on you guys?
It's 129. I'm gonna put it in the trash talk chat so you can pronounce it.
129.
Actually, I'm gonna send it to your Hollywood. I'm gonna send it to your personal chat. All right.
All right, cool. But yeah, guys, this is episode 48 of the Trash Talk 49 of the Trash Talk podcast, and 111. What is it?
127.
Yeah, for them,
it's always any more.
Yeah.
Yes.
So welcome back, guys. Make sure you hit that thumbs up,
I sent the
like, subscribe
to your chat, and leave a comment.
For God's sake, leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment. Where did you send it?
To your personal chat, Hollywood.
Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, guys.
Man, then I'm going to have to read it on the screen up there instead of on my phone.
He can also send it to you if you want.
Probably. I can also send it to you. That's no problem. I'll do it.
Let's do that.
Yeah, do that.
I'll just forward it right back. Not Sparrowhawk.
For people out there who don't know...
Just without context, send it to someone else. Yeah, great.
Sent it to the wrong dude.
All right, we're doing a lot of talking over each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, for everybody out there who's watching this, and if this is your first time checking out a collab with the fellow trash talkers on the German side of the world, what we normally do is their language is so hard to explain or so hard to pronounce sometimes. So what we do with this being episode
129?
129.
129. Yeah. They are going to send us 129 in German. And we try to pronounce it and see how it goes.
Also, I believe that German pronunciation is more consistent than English.
Yeah, I also don't consider German my language.
Wait, so what do you consider your language?
English.
So would you consider English your first language?
No. My first language is German. I would consider myself bilingual, but my preferred language is English.
You speak any Mexican or Spanish?
No.
Shut up.
That brief moment whether you ask people think my language is Mexican.
I knew that was coming.
Man.
It's all right, so it's just so stereotypical.
Yeah. Let them decide. Who do you guys want to try to decipher on how to say this first? Should it be me or Smoke Dog?
I want to hear Smokey first this time.
All right,
you ready?
Go ahead.
I haven't even brought it up. Who sent it to me? All right. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Exactly.
That's always the reaction when I see him too.
Yes.
It's pretty much the same length as the other ones before were.
There's 67 letters in this word.
All right, I'm going to say ein unhurt neon nun swenzig.
All right, hold on. Let me give mine.
Neon nun swenzig.
All right, here's mine.
I got the Swenzig and the 100 from the previous, but
exactly.
It's Neonun.
100 29.
Not too bad.
129. Who got it closer?
I want to say Hollywood.
With his latest try, yeah.
Is it just because he goes out of his way to try to add a German accent to it?
I don't know. No, he got the last part better in intonation. I'm gonna send you both the way that you are supposed to pronounce it, and you can say it again.
All right. Well, can I go first?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
129. 129.
Pretty
That's
good.
it. 129.
Yeah,
Why does it always say 100?
Yeah, you gotta shut up the 100. It's ER.
HOON is hoon.
Yeah.
Dirt,
not
dirt.
not
You saying
dirt.
dirt.
Oh, 100.
Yeah.
100.
Dirt. Think about dirt. Like actual dirt on the floor. Dirt.
Like the ground.
Dirt.
100.
Yes.
29.
Yes,
That's
perfect.
Yeah.
Smokey, go ahead.
Awesome.
You want to do it too?
129.
Pretty good. Swan, not
No,
swan.
I don't. Swans.
Yeah.
I don't put the T's in there enough, obviously.
Yeah, it's a TS.
Swan.
The Z, that's one of the key points. The letter
Is the
Z
TS.
is pronounced as a TS, not as an S
Yeah.
in German. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into segments. And if you guys are familiar with these joint podcasts that we do, we like to do it a little different. It's not your original Trash Talk podcast, and it's not your original Trash Talk podcast. What we do is on this side, I'm going to give out an OMG. And Smokey, what does OMG stand for?
Oh, my Georgia.
Yes, sir, it does. So after the Oh My Georgia, we going to give out a what, Smoke?
A mugshot.
A mugshot.
And that's
we
called
ain't doing WTF this time.
You're right. And that mugshot is called
A famous mugshot. Explain this.
Explain This. Yes, sir. And then we're going to come out with what, guys?
The facts of the week. Hopefully we got some good
And
facts.
Yes.
And then
Then we're going to come out
good old fashioned trash.
Yeah, booyah.
good old fashioned trash talk.
Now that we've got the table of contents out of the way.
Right. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some OMG, guys. All right. Oh my Georgia. Let me tell y'all what happened in this beautiful, great state of Georgia. $40,000 worth of cash disappeared within 30 seconds.
Ooh.
Now, I'm going to tell you this story, and I just want y'all to give me what y'all think about
Sounds
it.
like my 401k.
You got 40,000. You got 40,000 a year. Well, yeah, I got a little bit more than that. Right there at it.
Yeah.
Now, let's not talk numbers.
Yeah, let's don't talk financials.
All right. One night back in early March, a Lazalia man in his 60s was staying in a room at the Bridgeview Inn and Suites of Eisenhower Parkway in West Macon. He asked a female there to do him a favor. It seems he had $40,000 in cash in his room, and he needed someone to guard it while he went out gambling. A sheriff report said. The man said the woman, 32 years of age, she agreed. He later explained to the police that he, quote unquote, trusted her a lot. So he left the woman to watch over the money and went out gambling. The next morning, another woman at the motel called the guy and informed him the woman he had left the cash with was gone, and so was the cash. The money was last seen in a gold suitcase with flowers in it. What do you guys think about this?
Wait, so
come on.
So did we establish the connection between the woman and the man? Because
just randomly, just ask someone.
Because it's
she must have been like a hotel maid or something.
At first,
yeah, it was a female. Go ahead, JJ.
At first, it sounded like he just asked her the way you read it, but then all of a sudden it was like he said he trusted her, which you know.
Well, the story says he asked a female friend to do him a favor.
Okay. Well,
so that's literally like.
It kind of depends on how well you know the person that you asked to get.
There's a saying in Germany that says friendship ends when it comes to money.
That is correct, yes. But that is a very German thing, though. I vehemently disagree, but that's a very German thing.
No, that's a worldwide
that's universal. Because
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's not maybe not as universal. Germany's renowned for that sort of thing.
I don't know, dude. They say you never mix business. I love my dog. It's my fault.
Every foreigner that lives in Germany, and I'm friends with a lot of them, say that's the case. Like, I'm friends with some Kurdish and Turkish folks, and it's just my money is your money, and your money is my money, and that's how life is lived.
Well, but that's just a very Oriental thing in general.
Yeah,
like, those folks are very generous.
We have a Russian friend who seems to also be somewhere in the middle of that spectrum.
You're not allowed to say Oriental anymore.
Oh Lord! Well, let me ask you this, JJ, do you feel comfortable letting Alex watch $40,000 of your hard-earned cash for a week?
Probably, Because
No, sir. I need a yes or a no.
Okay, listen.
A yes or no has never started with okay, listen.
If I have to leave it with someone, there's probably worse choices to be made.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather watch the money myself if that were an option, of course.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Well, so answer the question. You have $40,000 and you have to leave for a week, and the only person you can have watch it is this guy sitting to the right of you. You okay with that? You think he would steal it?
I mean, if you don't have a choice, then you have to be cool with it.
Well, you had a choice, but do you think he would take any of that money?
Probably not.
Alex, I ask you the same
Yes.
question about JJ.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Do you think he'll take any of it?
No, I don't think so. Because he knows I'm going to count the rest of it when I get back, and I know he will do it too. Trust is a virtue and all, but of course I'm going to check at the end. That I would expect anyone sensibly to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think y'all have a close enough bond. And same here. I trust this guy enough. I trust Smokey with my life. You know, I mean, if I had 40 grand, he'd probably take $500. I'm gonna keep it real. Just for watching it, he's like, "Hey, that's my fee." He'll take 500.
That makes sense.
Am I right? Yeah. Now the question is, do you trust me watching 40 grand of your money?
You ever watched the movie Dumb and
No,
Dumber?
answer the question.
Yeah, have you seen Dumb and Dumber?
Yes.
I feel like I would get the briefcase back with IOU.
You think I would?
You'll be like, no, all the money is accounted for. It's in there. Read every one of those IOU.
What? You don't trust me to watch 40,000 of your money?
No, actually, I do, but I do think you would take 500 also.
You 100. I'm gonna take 1,000.
See,
Damn.
that's why you're not watching my money.
Right.
Exactly.
I just said that to be
$1,000.
nice, but I don't really. Yeah, I would get all those IOUs though. I know that.
Also, one thing that I want to point out still about that story, right? He was leaving to gamble. Why would he not take the money to do exactly that?
Good question. Good question.
Also-
Maybe this guy was.
Why do you need your money to be in cash specifically?
Yeah. Why do you have it?
Just
in
put it in a bank. And if it absolutely has to be cash, you can still get like
A
a
safe.
bank vault, like a safe. Like there's ways to handle that.
And not only that, why get a random friend to watch it? Don't tell anybody. Just put it in
Yeah.
a safe and don't tell
Yeah,
anybody.
exactly.
Was it all in ones? I mean, he couldn't put it in his pocket.
Probably.
Also, hotel room, put the do not disturb sign because if someone finds it, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know about in Germany, but in every American hotel, there's a safe. Everyone.
Yeah.
There's a safe.
It's a
There's
lot.
two. All right. Quick question though. In America, and I want to know if this is the same thing in Germany. In America, two things that you will always find in every hotel room. I don't care if it's the cheapest hotel room to the most expensive. There's two things you will always find.
Mini
You will
fridge.
always find no. In America, you will always find a safe, and you will always find a Bible. Similar there.
I've seen I've been in hotel rooms where there was both and ones that there were neither. Bible relatively rarely. So at the lower end ones also no safe, but I've been at higher end ones where there definitely was a safe.
I usually, my experience, mostly neither. I think safe happens sometimes. I don't think I've ever seen a Bible. But one thing in my experience is very common is a mini fridge with all sorts of small ass items in there. And you get charged for everything that's missing.
They're hella
at the end.
expensive.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You take a Slim Jim. That Slim
can't.
Jim costs $17.48.
Can't steal enough towels to make up for that one.
100%. Well, guys, that wraps up this segment of OMG Smokey.
What up?
Do you have something that the trash talkers need to explain?
Yes, I do.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
explain
drop it in the Discord chat right now.
Let's see what Smoke Dog.
Famous mugshot. Tell me who this guy is, guys.
Yeah, let's see if they know who this guy is.
I haven't received a picture yet. Did you say? Wait, in what chat did you send it?
Oh, I dropped it in the Moth 98.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
I can't.
He can't check it out. Send it to me.
I'm saying again,
Okay.
I can't access Discord
Gotcha.
because for the recording it's on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious to see if you guys are gonna know who this is.
I'm
That's gonna
serious.
be interesting.
Let's see.
That's
Is there?
definitely an older one.
Wait, is that Johnny
it's
Cash?
Is it Johnny Cash?
Oh, he
Yeah.
got it
Could be, yeah.
right.
Yeah. Could be, yeah.
Not used to
It
seeing young Johnny
definitely
Cash,
is.
but yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely
Now,
pretty
tell me
older.
why young or
You are
medium,
not young, but
or
like you know, he got a lot older.
Yeah.
Than that.
Middle age.
Have you
Right,
seen
right.
the Hurt music video? He was old in that one.
We were just talking about that, how Ozzy apparently has not aged. And if you listen to Johnny Cash's last album,
Hey, look
he was
at there.
extremely old. But anyway, why did
have Ozzy on the
young
wall.
Johnny
Got
get,
Ozzy right there.
why did Johnny get arrested, guys?
Oh fuck!
Man.
I feel like this is something I've probably heard before at one point, but can't recall right now. Which is,
Don't Google it.
Could it be
No.
drugs? Could it possibly be drugs ever?
I mean, you would think it's something like a DUI or something.
You would suspect it might be drugs.
Give me
yeah.
drugs for
Well,
200.
give me an answer. JJ, what do you think? What was he arrested for?
I'm just gonna say driving under the influence. I don't know.
Alex, what you got?
Protesting segregation. Just kidding.
Wow.
No, but honestly, there's like pictures of Bernie Sanders getting arrested for that from like '63.
No, that's there. And you know what? The crazy thing is, on this list of famous mugshots has Martin Luther King, and that was exactly what he was arrested
For
for.
protest and segregation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
It was actually, I'm sure it was written up as causing a public nuisance or something like that.
Damn white people.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, come on.
Arrested in El Paso, Texas, for carrying hundreds of pet pills, which was amphetamines
And methamphetamine.
tranquilizers,
Which you Germans know all about.
in his
What?
luggage
Us
across
specifically,
the border.
probably not.
Man,
No, but it was invented in Germany.
Hold on. Before we go any further, you guys are in college, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all know all about amphetamines.
No. Never,
I
never popular in my
guarantee-
life.
Okay, maybe not you two, but I guarantee you 40 to
Yeah.
50%.
Yeah, what's the popular one that all the kids are doing in
Adderall.
college? Adderall.
Yeah.
Everybody on your campus is taking Adderall.
Yeah,
today.
that is true.
I mean, it probably also depends a little bit on the study subject because, in my experience, me studying computer science, I've never thought there was too much stuff that actually was that hard. Because the whole reason why people take the performance-enhancing drugs so they can study day and night and that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
First of all, of course, no compulsory attendance means that you have more time. And then our exams never have been that hard, in my experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I definitely know of some people living off of
What
Adderall
Mr.
every day.
Cash was doing was he got hooked on these amphetamines, which was basically their version of Adderall at the time, so that he could make the long trips in between shows, and when he gets there, still perform without falling asleep, basically. And he also had tranquilizers to fall asleep
Like
when he was
ketamine?
ready to fall asleep. I mean, no, that's a little different. I mean, that's cat tranquilizer.
You know a lot. No,
but
that's
more
not
like-
a cat tranquilizer.
Ketamine?
Ketamine is a. What did you say?
I said a cat tranquilizer.
No, it's not a cat tranquilizer.
What is it?
No.
It's a horse tranquilizer.
Horse? I think it's cat.
I bet you $1,000 right now.
I
Oh,
ain't gonna bet
Come
you
on,
that.
you're talking to a guy with a DMT molecular structure on his arm. Trust
Right.
me, I know.
I'm talking about Johnny Cash, damn it.
Yep.
Sorry, sir.
All right. All right. He was caught as he returned from his trip to Juarez, Mexico on October 4th of 1965. He had all these pills in his luggage.
damn.
Wow.
Yeah, sort of to be expected. I think.
If you look at the picture, you can definitely tell he was hooked on amphetamines at that point in time.
All right. Drugs or mental illness? The question has been answered.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Faux show.
Faux
Yeah,
show.
It's often
Well,
it's often that way.
anything-
with musicians.
100. Now that begs the question: do you guys know any Johnny Cash songs?
Yes.
He
I
just
literally
mentioned
referenced
Hurt,
one
for
earlier.
example,
I'm not a huge Johnny Cash fan, but there's a
Not a
couple
huge
songs
fan.
I
There's
like.
a couple songs I like, but nothing.
Hurt, Ring of Fire. There's a
I Walk
couple
the
good
Line.
ones.
Mhm.
I Walk the Line.
Hold
yeah.
on.
Mm,
See, y'all may not get this, but hey, he walked the what?
the line.
I bet
Walk
I'm
he
pretty
did.
sure
line, that's
everyone
North
above
line.
the age of 14 gets that one, I think.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
As we're
He
talking,
walked
the two
quite a
versions.
few lines.
Oh, he walked. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Anything else you guys got for this? Explain this topic.
For this one, no, but I like the famous one, so I like that because it's interesting to guess what they actually did or what they were arrested
Yeah,
for.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
my main thing is just, Johnny Cash has some good songs. Oh, by the way, not directly related, but
Iconic.
have you heard his, what was it? His cover of Personal Jesus?
Yes.
I think that's actually pretty
Who's that
good.
guy?
It's a song.
No,
That guy.
Personal Jesus is a Depeche Mode
What are you
song.
talking about? Yeah.
Personal
Oh,
Jesus.
Depeche Mode was in it? If Depeche Mode in it,
No,
was
he
dope.
wasn't in that song. He was covering a Depeche Mode song.
Oh.
The song
Who's
is
this
called
guy you
Personal
got?
Jesus.
Johnny Cash.
No, but who's the guy that they covered it? What's the name of the song?
The song is called
Personal
Personal
Jesus.
Jesus.
Who's that guy?
That's the song name. The name of the
I feel
song
like he's just messing
is
with us.
Personal
He's
Jesus.
being retardo.
Come on.
No. Jesus? Whoever that guy
You
is.
need to stop drinking before we do podcasts.
Money
You was
Hollywood.
joking.
I'm joking with y'all.
Who did this? Who
Oh,
did Jesus
boy.
guy?
Who is Jesus? Yeah.
Right. Anyway, y'all, that explains this. And now we need to go ahead and pass it on to our
Yeah.
fellow cross the pond Germans. You guys, please take it away.
We got, as always, the most useful information you're gonna get out of this entire podcast before we go even deeper into convolutedness with the open trash talk coming up. We got facts of the week, and I hope you guys have facts of the week too. But I'll give it to JJ first. So JJ, what is your fact of this week?
Did you really have to set the bar so high with the intro?
Yes, absolutely.
What was it? The most helpful or informative or something?
The most
Yeah.
helpful thing you'll get out of this podcast.
Yeah. So
That's not a high bar
that's-
by any chance.
here,
That's condescending.
Yes.
yeah. My fact of the week might not be very helpful in your personal life, but is one that I just thought was weird and interesting. I might have mentioned it before, but I don't think I've used it as a fact. And that is that young koalas are actually incapable of processing the eucalyptus that they eat, which already is poisonous to them to begin with. So what
Are
they
you
eat
serious?
instead, yes. So to solve that problem, what they do is they literally eat their mother's shit
Yeah.
because they can't yet process the eucalyptus. So that is how.
You had a very
Young
similar fact to
koalas
this
eat.
before. You've had, as a matter of fact, that pretty much that was your fact before.
I'm pretty sure my fact before was that koalas have a flat brain,
Yeah.
which is
Oh, that's
interesting
obvious now.
because by which I mean their brain has a smooth surface.
not a disc.
So, because the very important thing for the processing power of a brain basically is the surface area. So it being smooth means
the wrinkles.
relative to their
Oh,
skull
nasty
size,
ass
they're very
koalas.
dumb.
But yeah, you mentioned the eucalyptus thing also when you did that.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, isn't eucalyptus the main source? Isn't
the
that like their
only-
main
It's
source?
the
Yeah.
only thing they eat, and it's poisonous even to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Great fact, dude.
Only
Koalas be dumb.
Koalas
Yeah.
are the stupidest animals out there. Like, they don't make too much evolutionary sense until you think about the fact that they live in Australia,
Yeah, exactly.
which, as a self-contained ecosystem, has some of the weirdest creatures in it.
And with the forest
That's
fires
true.
and shit going down there, they're also pretty much going extinct at the moment, which is not a surprise. to
Everything in
anyone.
Australia can't kill you.
Oh, yes, pretty much.
I
Emus.
guess.
Crazy.
JJ, what you got for a fact?
we lost that one.
JJ just
I mean,
presented his
JJ.
fact.
I'm sorry,
Here's
Alex.
a
What
fact.
you got for
This
a fact?
might be one of the more useful facts I've actually ever mentioned. If you ever find yourself in a survival situation, need to find a way of orientation. If you, provided you live in the northern hemisphere, point the hour hand of your wristwatch towards the sun. Then take the path that splits the hour hand and 12 o'clock, right through the middle, and that direction is south.
Say that again.
So say
makes sense.
it's 3 o'clock, right? Say it's
Okay.
exactly 3
AM or
o'clock.
PM?
Doesn't matter. It's a mechanical watch, Hollywood. Come
Well, AM is probably going to be dark.
Yeah.
You're not gonna see the sun at
Assume
3
PM.
a.m.
All right, go ahead.
on. So it's 3. It says 3 p.m. You point your hour hand of your watch towards the sun. All right.
Yes.
Then you draw a line that divides the hour hand and 12 o'clock. So like right between the 1 and the 2.
Oh,
on
okay.
the watch.
I got you.
Yes, and
I
that
got you.
yes, and that line, that direction is south, and obviously going the other way is going to be
Wow.
north. On the southern hemisphere, other way around.
Oh,
Yeah, how to way to
Interesting.
find your directions without a compass.
I mean, there's other ways to that. In the night, you just look at the North Star, but
Yeah, but that's an easy way that people can do that.
yeah,
Yes.
that might be helpful if you wear a traditional wristwatch, which
Yeah.
these days most
Rarely
people don't.
anybody
not
does.
many people do.
Yeah.
You
That was a
you
good
could
one.
I
have-
mean, I guess you can do it with a pocket watch, but I guess even less
you
people
could
use those.
you could also do just an analog watch display on your phone. If you have a
Yeah.
phone, then the question is
Yeah.
why
I
you
mean,
have to resort to that,
theoretically,
but-
if you have
But
any
then
kind
you
of
won't need the
timekeeping device,
directions,
you can also imagine the clock.
Yeah.
The problem is you need to know the time.
exactly. You just need to know the time.
Or living in 2019, you could just say, "Hey Google, What?
Well, that is
The
assuming
point-
that there is internet coverage
Yeah,
where
the
you
point
are.
is that you're deserted somewhere, and you have to find orientation, and you have nothing
Gotcha.
except for a wristwatch, maybe at best.
You might have saved someone at this point.
You just might have.
Yeah.
Smokey, what you got for a fact of the week over there?
All right. Did you guys know that our great state of Georgia
Great state of Georgia.
was originally founded as a felon colony?
As a what?
Huh. From
A
Australia to
felon
Georgia.
colony. In 1732, James Oglethorpe, which we all should
Oh,
know.
we know Oglethorpe.
Yes.
Yeah, Oglethorpe University.
Yes. Wanted to use the colony of Georgia as a place for prisoners who were unable to pay their debts,
Really?
which was a felony.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you didn't pay your hospital bill?
You getting a
Go
felony.
to Georgia.
That's sort of though like modern day
American.
America again. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
being poor is a crime basically in America.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it not like that in Germany?
Not
No.
as much. It's not bad. I'm not saying that the German system is good by any means, but it's not as bad as in America.
Wow. All right. Well, my fact of the week is an Indian woman was convicted of murder just by looking at a fMRI brain scan.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is
Oh.
crazy, dude.
I don't see how that's legal.
That is crazy. That's
yeah.
literally reading your thoughts.
That's pretty dubious,
neural-
though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
neuroscientist Kim Patty, Indian name, has a brain electrical oscillation test that is so accurate it can tell whether a person committed or only witnessed an act. In June, an Indian judge agreed using fMRI to find a woman guilty of killing her former fiance.
Damn.
That
That is very
crazy.
interesting.
I wonder
was
how
the
reliable
movie
that
where-
actually is.
Where they were arresting people before they committed
Minority Report.
Minority Report.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
And
I mean,
guys,
they still
just
committed the crime already. That's way.
Well,
this
well,
little-
hold
Yeah,
on. What if Smokey committed the crime and Smokey just told me that he committed the crime, and they put the brain scan on me, and now I just have
You
the,
have the details.
because he told me. Does that mean
No,
I'm guilty?
no, no,
they,
no,
they,
no,
they don't
no.
check for details. They would just check for presumably. I mean, I guess recall.
There is a
Emotional?
there is a free episode of Michael Stevens' Minefield on a very similar topic, which you can find
Oh,
on the
nice.
Vsauce YouTube channel. So you should definitely
Yeah.
check that out.
Yeah.
You mean the one where the machine reacts before the person? But
Free
that takes a
plug.
lot.
Not just that. They had one where they had people in a room completely by themselves, and they would have a box. They'd have like 10 boxes with one object in each, and that person gets to choose one box. They just open the box, look at the object, nothing else, and then hook them up to machines. No one knows what object they picked, and they'll hook them up to machines. They'll show them a picture of each object, and just from the results, they can tell what object that person had looked at previously.
Yeah. The question.
So do you? Go ahead.
I was gonna say the question for the thing that you said though with the crimes is very important. Like, how high is the rate of failure? Because
Yes.
that kind of thing I feel like can never be quite perfect
Needs to be
because
accurate.
people's brains are wired differently from person to person. So,
Exactly.
Right.
So at least to some degree, and so the question is, how high is the false positive rate? Because in a situation like this, you really there should be nothing higher than zero should be acceptable. Then again, with the legal system as is, there's already false
This is
positives.
definitely
so-
not grounds for conviction by itself.
I mean, that's why they don't allow
It
lie detector
shouldn't be.
tests.
Yeah, lie detector tests are
Exactly.
also bad.
Which are completely unreliable.
What were you about to say?
Lie detector.
This is scary grounds that we're venturing into
Yeah.
with stories like this. I mean, the future is scary, man.
I mean, think about this, dude. What if you just thought about, oh, I hate my neighbor so much. He's always playing music at 3:00 in the morning. Oh, I wish I could just kill him. They put a fMRI up to your brain, and you thought about killing your neighbor.
Well,
so
yeah,
we're going to
that's
get
only-
you on
that's
premeditated
Minority
murder.
Report.
That's one step away. Yes, we're one step away from that now. Obviously,
That's crazy.
that's
Thought crime. 1984.
Yeah.
thought crimes.
Thought crime.
Thought crimes. Wow.
Well, those
I
are
don't know that I want to live in a world that
No.
convicts you for thought crimes.
I
Probably
definitely
not.
don't.
No.
But those are the facts of the week, guys, and those are some interesting facts, man. I think we all pulled out some good ones here today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, some interesting stuff. Some educational stuff too.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Highly
What you
scientific.
guys got over there?
Well, we wanted to play a game, and you wanted to actually kick it off with
drugs or mental illness. Oh,
that's
sorry.
not
No, but I believe it was related to drugs.
In your case, definitely also drugs, Holly.
Go ahead.
You said something about mushrooms. You wanted
Mushrooms. We're supposed to
to
remind you
ask
of mushrooms.
questions and answer them briefly or something.
Mushroom.
Oh wait, are we getting? Is this trash talk now?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're doing some
All right, well,
good old-fashioned
Old-fashioned trash talk.
Booyah!
Booyah!
Alright. So the basic
Alright.
premise of this game is, or what we were thinking about, is someone asks a question and then gives a parameter in which that question needs to be answered. For example, Smokey, describe, and I'm gonna take the shot anyway. Describe the shape of the Earth in one.
I knew exactly what you were going to say too. The moment you said I'm going to take the shot off, I knew what you were.
So I'm not gonna try to spark the debate at all, but you ask a question, you give a certain set of words, sentences, or whatever that needs to be answered within, and then the other people try and do that. And Hollywood wanted to spark the first question, and it was supposed to remind him of the keyword mushroom.
Well, no. This wasn't a question. I just
Okay.
wanted to get you guys' thought on this.
Okay, cool. So it is a
All
question.
right. And
Yes,
the reason,
but not
the
part of
reason,
the game.
No. This is a part of the game, and the reason I wanted to ask you guys this question is because you guys take everything at face value. I love you guys to death. Y'all are my folks. Go to home plate for y'all, but y'all take everything at face value. What do you guys think? What was that?
I said no.
Not
Not at face value.
Someone
no.
disagree with that.
No.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me ask you this: what do you guys think about mushrooms having a huge, if not pivotal, point in human evolution? First of all, do you guys believe in evolution? Do you believe that
Obviously.
Yes.
Evolution's not a
Okay,
matter of belief, Hollywood. It's a matter of knowing. That's science. It's proven.
Well, some people don't. Some
those
people don't
people are
agree with.
crazy.
That's also a very American
Okay.
thing, by the way. Not agreeing with everyone.
All right. So now knowing that you guys believe in evolution, do you think that mushrooms played a pivotal part into what we are doing right now?
So you mean by mushrooms like people smoking?
Psychedelic.
Oh, okay.
You don't.
No.
You don't smoke mushrooms.
What he's
Or
saying
whatever,
is
yeah.
psychedelics playing a part in
Take
the
them-
evolution.
Because when you said
of
mushrooms, I
brain,
thought
mental
the category of life.
faculties.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I
Wait,
thought.
say
of.
that.
When you said
Say that. Wait. Say that again.
when you said mushrooms at first, I thought about the general category of life form. You know, mushrooms. Like
Fungi.
whether
No, what he means is hallucinogens.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
magic mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like ayahuasca.
I'm just saying
and other-
there's regular mushrooms in the world as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Man, y'all know what y'all talking to Hollywood 6 in this thing.
No,
Y'all know what I'm
Hollywood,
talking about.
listen. If you just say mushrooms, our first thing is to think about fungi. We don't automatically think about magic mushroom drugs.
because
That's
listen,
not
All
how our
right,
brain goes.
hold
It
on,
would be
hold on,
sensible-
hold on.
it would be sensible to assume that a different type of life form had an impact on a different life form's evolution, independently of whether or not it's
Yeah.
psychedelic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so again, I asked the question: do you think? Maybe I should modify it, but do you think the evolution of human beings, what we able to use a computer, able to drive a car, able to fly an airplane, has anything to do with ingesting magic mushrooms when we were like Neanderthals, when we were pre-monkey, basically?
I don't
Do you
know.
think mushrooms played a point in basically making our brains grow?
First of all, Neanderthals are not direct ancestors of humans. They're a different branch.
JJ. Just give me your goddamn answer. Jesus freaking
Second of
Christ,
all,
dude.
I don't think they had a significant impact on our evolution. No.
I don't think so, because it's not like. Is it something that will like? It's not something that will alter your genetics, is it?
No.
not?
You
No,
would
but it
potentially
will
adapt
create
to it, though.
new neural pathways.
Did
Yeah.
y'all hear what he just said?
Yes. But here's the
I
thing.
mean, it is proven that hallucinogens will create new
Yeah.
neural pathways.
Other species also consume, at the very least, alcohol. We know, and I think there's also certain other naturally occurring drugs that we know other species
Yes.
consume, including monkeys,
I'm finna get
and they
Oh, wait, keep going, because I'm finna get you. Go ahead.
I got a fun
and they
anecdote.
did not evolve any kind of comparable behavior to humans. So I wouldn't say that.
How do you
that-
know
Not
that-
true. Not true. Hold on. Not true. There has been in the Amazon rainforest, there have been baboons and monkeys, or different sorts of monkeys, that have been eating these mushrooms that they
Right.
just found were edible. And since they have been eating these mushrooms, there has been no human involvement. There has been no I can just leave it at that. There's been
Yeah.
no human involvement. Since they have been eating these mushrooms, baboons have learned how to spearfish. literally stand over a lake and spearfish.
That's
And they
that's pretty
attribute-
cool.
I mean,
They attribute that to
related,
eating
yeah.
mushrooms.
To be fair,
I'd say
monkeys in general have
100%
basic tools.
hallucinogens played a part in the
That's
evolution
definitely
100%
pretty
of
cool.
all species that have ingested them.
100%.
Obviously, koalas did not get them yet.
No.
I got a fun anecdote though, because on the topic, actually, a thing that dolphins do is they will attack pufferfish to make them inflate,
Oh, yeah.
and then they'll literally just pass them around like a joint, and they'll get high on their toxins.
But the
And
question
they're one of the smartest animals in the sea.
That's
exactly. Now the question
If
is
Hitchhiker's
why do
Guide
you
to the
think,
Galaxy is to be believed,
why do you
No,
think
in
they do
general,
that?
they are.
Why do they pass those around? Is it
For
is it
kicks.
because it just feels?
yeah, just for fun, man, to get high.
I disagree.
But getting high is also creating new neural pathways at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you may.
I don't see how you disagree.
No. I don't disagree. Like, let's take a heroin addict. For the first time a person does heroin, they're like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest feeling I've ever felt." But
First
not
time?
knowing that this is going to be the downfall of your life.
Yeah, this is actually transforming your life and creating genetic impression
Exactly.
at the exact same time.
So let's take that same exact magic mushroom. Oh, this magic mushroom is getting me high.
Mhm.
Not knowing down the road,
You're
this
not
is
only
going.
when you experiment with a drug, you're not only altering yourself and your life upcoming, you are also altering the timeline and your children and your children's children.
It's in genetic. It's your
Yes.
DNA.
You are altering your genetics that you will
I
pass on to your
don't
children.
think
Yes.
that's how that works.
Wait a second. What?
You don't.
Yes.
I don't think drugs alter your genetics. It's just that it could be that.
Oh, genetic impression is definite.
Oh,
Because
let's talk about this. Go ahead. Smoke.
Really?
I mean,
you can definitely pass on alcohol to your children.
100%. You can pass along an addiction through your DNA.
Through your
Yeah, but
genetics.
that's pretty.
Through
You were
genetics?
born with tending towards addictive behavior.
Yeah, I think it's just.
Yeah, but that had to start somewhere down the line.
Which
Yeah,
came,
but that's
if you
just-
believe
yeah,
in
but-
evolution.
Yeah, but through mutation, not through people.
Yeah, and
starting somehow doing drugs.
whether
and
or
then
not
they're-
certain drug-related activities are passed down is
What do
just
you think
based
caused
on
them?
who is more likely to reproduce.
What do you question?
No.
What do you think caused the genetic mutations? I mean, genetic impression is certainly. I mean,
Well,
we
genetic
can
mutation
go into.
Genetic mutation is
Wait,
caused by
impression.
coincidence. That's coincidence.
Like
Literally
No.
just-
a radiation.
No,
Wait,
we-
wait, wait,
we
wait,
can
no.
definitely-
Wait,
We can
genetic
argue with
mutation.
science.
Genetic mutation is pure
Genetic mutation
coincidence.
happens.
Yes,
It can be
purely
called
Genetic
coincidental.
mutation happens.
Yes,
It happens, but genetic impression is a real thing.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that
I'm not
concept.
familiar with it. I mean,
look up
there's
the-
always a possibility, but just
Look up
don't
the
know
science;
about it.
it's out there.
It's
And-
close enough to be believable for me to actually want to do that. Yes, but I've never heard
Well,
of it.
no, and not only that, if you guys believe in evolution, let's say that there were 4 monkeys
Mm-hmm.
on Earth. Let's say those 4 monkeys, 2 of them ate mushrooms, mated, had a baby. Okay,
Right.
that baby has the DNA of taking the mushroom. Now let's take the other 2, and those other 2 ate mushrooms, had a baby. So on
Mhm.
and so on and so on. Now we're sitting here have a conversation. 100% psychedelic mushrooms had an effect on the human evolution. 100%.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, he's trying to Google stuff
Yeah,
right now, but he
I'm
can't find
looking
it.
at
Yeah.
it right now.
So can you just repeat the monkey example again? So you got 4 monkeys, two of them do shrooms, the other 2 don't.
No. Okay, yeah. 2 of them do. 2 of them don't.
Yeah.
Now, the 2 that did had a baby.
Yeah.
The 2 that didn't had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the baby that was produced from the ones that did
Yeah.
eat the mushroom has a baby with the one that didn't eat the mushroom.
Yeah.
It's still in their DNA because one of them ate the mushroom. Now they have a
But-
child. It's still in their DNA because his parent ate the mushroom.
But that's where I don't.
Yes.
That's where I don't think you don't just
No.
alter your DNA in your own lifetime. That doesn't happen.
Am I
Unless
using the wrong word? by
No,
DNA?
no. It's behavioral, Hollywood. Like if both your parents are heavy alcoholics and your mother, I'm not accusing any. This is hypothetical, right? Of course, obviously, but and your mother were drinking during pregnancy and stuff, and you would be brought up in that sort of environment as a nurture, not nature sort of thing. You would,
Sure, sure.
of course, tend more towards that
I got it.
situation, but.
I'm gonna let you handle it.
But say if someone were to or your parents were heavy drinkers and you were brought up not in that sort of environment, you would not have because of that one generation have a natural tendency.
Well, there's
tendency to drink.
there's
Although-
contradictions to that.
As you said, addictive personality traits.
Yeah,
can-
that for sure. Yes, that is true.
You can pass on addiction through genetics.
Of course, yeah. Addictive
we see
personality.
examples of adoption where the genes are still passed on.
Yeah,
And skipping generations as
Yeah.
well,
but here's the
which
key,
would not be nurture. That would be nature.
Yeah, the key part though is that you do not cause mutation to your own DNA by doing stuff. Mutation happens accidentally when the forming of your cells, and that will
What?
That's how.
Usually, so in the reproductive system, a cell is split into two parts when it forms the sperm or egg cell, and in where it unwraps it and splits it, and then in the phase when it recombines are the two factors I believe where mutation most often occurs. Individual cells in the human body can mutate, that's how cancer is caused, but that stuff usually doesn't infect the reproduction,
Yeah,
as far as I'm aware.
That's just crazy. You said that's the way cancer is evolved as I light a cigarette.
yes,
Nah,
you can
man.
help that sort of stuff out.
Well, yeah, but that
sort of
is
thing.
that is something damaging your cells.
Yeah, that's the carcinogen damaging your cells.
That's
But now let me ask you this:
You're
me
not
smoking the
evolving.
cigarette.
No, you're not evolving because of that.
No, you're right. But as me smoking this
Mhm.
cigarette, I've been smoking for maybe 17, 18 years. I have a
Bad
kid.
habits.
Don't you think my kid is more susceptible to smoking cigarettes because it's in his DNA?
All else held constant, no, not smoking cigarettes specifically. If
Okay.
you are if you tend to have an addictive personality, then your kid is more likely to do that too. And if
Yeah.
you smoke around your kid, then he's more likely to also adopt that habit. But specifically due to you smoking in your lifetime, your kid does not have the smoker gene in him.
Okay. Now I have to be a rule of thumb here because my mom has never touched a drug in her life. My mom is clean 100% by the book. Now my dad is a raging alcoholic that will do any drug you name.
And you didn't grow up with him,
I did not grow up with my dad. My biological
and he
father.
definitely didn't carry you during pregnancy.
And he definitely did not. Now, my mother carried me, and she was 100% sober, but my dad
Yeah.
was a raging alcoholic. I got my first BJ in front of my dad. I'm sorry to bring that out.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
I'm sorry. But, because...
That is totally.
Well, come on, let's keep going then. But because my dad didn't carry me in his womb, my mom carried me in her
Yeah.
womb. My mom didn't do any drugs. So now that I'm out of my mom and I started at the age of 15, I started smoking cigarettes. I started experimenting in drugs. Doesn't that mean I took my dad's genes?
Of course you took your dad's genes, but that's not the genes of doing drugs directly, it's the genes of having an addictive personality.
which does not
There
just
is a. I'm not gonna read this whole thing.
Which,
but
by the way, okay, here's the
comes
key
from
point. I should say this:
nature.
the addictive personality you got from your dad was also born with. That's the key part, right? He did not.
And
one
who
day-
did he get it from?
His grandparents, someone else in his
And who
family
did he-
had it. Someone
who
else,
did his
on and on and
grandparents
on
get
and
it
on
from?
until the point where it accidentally, due to genetic mutation, developed in someone in that line.
I
Well,
think
This comes
The-
from Nature.com.
The original
Even though
person,
both parents contribute equally to the genetic
Mm-hmm.
content of their offspring, a developmental process called genomic imprinting sometimes leads to the exclusive expression of specific genes.
I think we're arguing the same point here.
yeah, I think it's just like that. You're semantically a little bit wrong in the way you phrase it, but I feel like,
Dude, y'all, I love these Germans, dude.
no, but
They-
it's just about the origin of the actual. Let's just use the addictive personality as a trait, okay? That we're talking about. It's really just about the origin that we're talking about, and the point origin in evolution is that it happens through mutation, and mutation is accidental, and not because someone originally decided I'm going to be addicted to drugs and then pass it on. If they are, then that's because it is in their genes and they had a genetic mutation that made them
So
be born.
the study of genetic imprinting we should just throw out the window.
Genomic
It's pseudoscience.
imprinting.
genomic imprinting is an epigenetic phenomenon that causes genes to be expressed in a parent of origin specific manner. Forms of genomic imprinting have been demonstrated in fungi, plants, and animals. As of 2014, there blah blah blah. Genomic imprinting is an inheritance process independent of the classical Mendelian inheritance. In this epigenetic process that involves DNA methylation and histone methylation without altering the genetic sequence. These epigenetic marks are established and printed in the germ.
Those are the exact same words Smokey just read.
Yeah, because they're reading the same Wikipedia
I'm reading the
article.
Wikipedia article right now.
Listen,
Through metallic
I want
subdivision
to.
of the somatic
God, I
system.
want to ask you such a personal question right now, Smokey, but I'm not going to do it.
The
I'm not
thing
going to
is,
do it, but I really want to ask you a question.
just,
You want me to?
just
What's
based
it
on the
about?
thing, it doesn't.
Your kids? Nothing too personal.
About if I passed on certain
No,
things to
not
the kids?
you, but your mama. But their mom.
Depends on what you're asking. I mean, I'm not gonna go too detailed on my kids' lives.
No,
not on a podcast.
Okay, let's say your kid's mom had an addiction.
Yeah,
Are your children more susceptible to
For
having
sure.
that?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's it. That should end all conversation right
Yes, Hollywood. We agree on that. We agree on that. Obviously, that's what we say when we argue the same point. You just get the origin a bit confused. It's not because
they're saying it's coming from nurture
Yes.
rather than nature.
No. Originally, the trait addictive personality is a genetic mutation that someone in that line of family was accidentally born with, not decided to
I
adopt.
don't think it was accidentally.
It's not accidental.
Well,
you doing
yes.
That's what we're arguing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's the point we're arguing, but
And
that's the point where you're
what,
wrong.
Yes, that's what this article explains.
You putting a needle in your arm is not accidental.
No, that's
No,
not what he's
the
saying.
trait, the genetic mutation that gives you the trait,
That
addictive
makes you
personality.
susceptible to being addictive is what
Yes.
he's
I
saying.
understand that, but that trait started from someone doing something.
No,
to modify-
no, it started.
Yes!
No, it started by
Yes!
No, Hollywood. That's the exact point. You do not alter your genetics as you go in life. You are
You
born.
can. You
Why-
definitely
What are
can.
y'all
During the
talking about?
process, Hollywood. Okay, let's look at that family tree, right? The original person who exhibited addictive personality, right? The first person who passed it on to all the others, okay? That person did not one day decide, I'm going to do drugs and now my children will have addictive personalities. That person was born with a genetic mutation which happened during the process of fetal development due to genetic mutation that caused them to be born with the trait of addictive personality, even though their parents might not have had it, due to an accident in the sequencing of RNA to
now
DNA.
the word accident comes into
But it's
play.
not all accidental.
It can't be all accidental.
No,
Yes,
it's
it
somewhere
is.
along the line the first person decided to do a drug and they
No.
fell in love with it.
Exactly.
no.
No, he's right.
No,
So-
he's not. No, he's
not-
not right. No, he's not right.
Completely accidental.
Boy, don't
It
you
is
make me
not.
get out of this
No,
chair.
he's not right. No, he's not right.
At some
Hollywood.
point, someone for the first time got addicted to drugs. It's not entirely. That's not entirely.
Yeah,
false
yeah, yeah,
statement.
sure. But it's not like I'm going to decide to do drugs even though I don't have an addictive personality and my kid is going to be born with addictive personality.
No,
That's not
no
what
one
it
is
is.
saying that to themselves.
Speak, Smoke. Speak.
The fact is, the first person to do the drugs and to fall in love with it
Mm-hmm.
actually changed their genome
100%.
and passed that on.
No, that's
100%.
exactly where
Yes.
it's not true.
That
no.
is-
No,
That person
that is
already
exactly
had
what the study
that person,
says.
but that person already had those genetics because
You
they
just
were.
said what he said.
No, he said he changed it by behaving that way. He was
did.
born with
Yes.
it, and that made
Yes.
him do it.
Otherwise, there would be no evolution.
Exactly.
Unless you're saying
Yes,
evolution is all by
the
accident.
factor is
Oh
not
my
behavior. The factor is
Okay.
coincidence. It's
It
accidents
is.
that happen.
Genetic
during-
mutations happen by chance and then are selected are unconsciously selectively bred to be included in the genome.
on this one. Preach, bro. Preach.
No, listen.
Well,
we're-
I mean, that's all we can say
99%,
is they're going to
we
say it's by
agree.
accident. It's completely
Yes.
the chaos theory,
We
and we're going to
agreed
say it
in
happened.
99%
by
from all the
imprinting.
passing down. We agree on all of that. On 99%.
We just agree. We're just
origin.
disagreeing on
Yes.
on whether it happened completely by accident or
Yes.
if genome imprinting is a real thing.
Genomic
Okay, so
imprinting
let's-
has nothing to do with what you said. As
has
far as
nothing-
I can
yeah,
tell
but
based
for-
on
No,
Okay,
it
okay.
definitely has. How does it have nothing to do with
It
what
has
I said?
almost everything to do with it. And if you're talking about the origin of it, let's take. Okay, do you guys think we came from monkeys?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay. Let's say we came from monkeys. Two monkeys. One decides to eat mushrooms. That monkey loves mushrooms.
Mhm.
Has mates with another monkey that has never taken mushrooms.
Listen, I have a really good example.
Please, because we...
Okay, there are organ transplant people, right? People get organ transplants, and there is case after case after case of people picking up the habits of the former owner of those organs.
100%. Even the same dreams, the same thoughts.
Yes.
Well, but then they had actually gotten cells from that person inserted into them, right?
So in turn, does that not rebuttal exactly what you were saying, that it was colloidal?
Okay,
oh
listen,
my god,
that would only rebuttal what we said if it affected the children of the person who received the organ transplant.
We don't know that it doesn't.
Right.
Something not being disproven does not mean that the opposite is proven.
It's not proven. No. I don't know what you're high-fiving about, because he just wrecked you, basically. Like, he's right. Hollywood. I have a
why are you
Hollywood,
just speaking to me?
Listen, or both of you. I have a red ball in my pocket. That is a fact.
Okay.
If you're gonna say
you're not
that,
ingesting that red ball.
if you're gonna say that it is not a fact, you have to disprove it.
What the hell are you talking
He's
about?
making the point that if I cannot prove it one way, doesn't prove it the other way.
No, but there is.
You can't disprove God
on this.
Like, you can't prove him.
Okay, well, we can let it all be opinion on both sides.
Get him, Smoke. Get him, Smoke. Get him, Smoke.
Not really. The problem is that we agree on so much, and we know the same thing on so much, but just the origin, the most important part of it, unfortunately, that genetic mutation is a natural accident due to millions and millions of strings of RNA.
Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen by accident.
Yeah.
It can't.
Mutations can definitely happen by
right.
accident. But I'm arguing that genomic impression, that things you do in your life can actually change your genetics.
100%.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say no, because I personally do not know for sure. I have never heard of it. And that is also...
What do you mean? Hold on, bro.
I've never heard of it.
Hold on.
Yes.
No.
He hasn't heard of it.
Wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Alex, what is your favorite drink? What is your favorite drink right now?
This one. Specifically. Rockstar
I can't
Grape.
see.
It's Rockstar Purple Grape.
Do you think your child would like Rockstar Grape?
Probably, yeah.
End of discussion.
Not end of discussion. No.
He's saying that he has a genetic mutation that makes him more susceptible to enjoying Rockstar Grape, and that his children probably will.
I really wish he had asked me.
My genetic profile has a predisposition for me liking, let's say, sugary drinks, for example, right?
Yes, and you know
that mutation doesn't have to have occurred in me specifically. It did.
Like
their
sugary
argument
things is
for everything.
Hold on, we're talking over each other. Go ahead, we're talking over each other.
Their argument for everything esoteric is all by chaos. It's all by accident.
Listen, we love you guys. Y'all are our second family. We love y'all.
Yeah, sure.
But at the end, real crap. We look at y'all as our second brothers. But y'all take things at face value.
I don't like the way you formulate that. We approach things scientifically.
Doesn't what
How much more scientifically can you get?
Then evolution? None. That's why we're approaching it by the principles of evolution, which bases on genetic mutation.
Yes, we're arguing evolution right now.
But the key principle of evolution is genetic mutation.
Yeah.
We don't disagree that mutation happens.
We don't. Yes. What you're saying is
not at all.
What you're saying is it can also happen through behavior, which I'm not vehemently denying. I'm just saying I have never heard of that. That would be news to me if it did. So I'm not going to, because I'm not omniscient here. I'm not going to say that it doesn't. I know that in the vast majority of cases, like all the ones we've discussed, it usually happens through mutation, as most diseases and behavioral patterns do. But
I can totally agree.
Okay, I think then we'll find
mutations can happen by accident.
Yeah, I think then we have found common ground there, and I don't know if that other thing is a thing, but I will research.
But also, as far as I can tell, and granted, I've just read the summary of the Wikipedia article, but as far as I can tell, genomic impression has nothing to do with what you described.
How can you say that?
Because I
you
the-
read something on the internet
Yeah, we
that
just-
some guy wrote.
Well, that's the same thing that Smokey read.
That was the quickest
No.
way for me to source this. No,
Yeah,
he
we
read an
just
article
skimmed
later
over the
about-
wiki. Listen, we're by no means experts. We
All
just
right,
read the
I can
Wikipedia
dis-
article.
I
We're
can
not
disprove this
disproving.
right-
We're not proving
No.
or disproving anything.
He's
right?
gonna edit the Wikipedia article to make a point.
No, yeah, you're right, JJ. I am gonna edit the Wikipedia.
Okay.
I can't edit. I can't disprove this. But what I'm saying is you said, "Oh, because I just read the Wikipedia." Yes, but at the same time, if someone enjoys something that makes them feel good, and that person born from that person
Mhm.
takes that same thing that made their parents
Yeah.
feel good,
Yeah.
it's just gonna continue and continue
Yes,
and continue.
yes,
And like
yes.
Smokey
no one
said,
has ever disagreed with that.
no, you're right. But like Smokey said, it's gonna eventually, maybe this thing is opening up my brain to this or that, or maybe I'm seeing beyond the veil, and maybe I'm looking at this, and my parents did that. So
They don't believe in the veil, so it's really pointless to argue that point.
y'all don't believe in the veil?
No,
The veil.
What veil?
exactly.
What?
Wow. All right, let's change the subject.
Let's get into
let's change the
I don't like how you always throw things at us and then just change the
You will
subject.
say the most dubious stuff ever, right? And you'll be like, "What? You've never heard of this?"
I mean,
wanna
what
break
is
it
it, like the veil between life and death or something?
man.
God.
break it down, Smoke.
The veil.
Smokey, look, the next podcast that we did on our own will be out tomorrow, and Smokey literally gave me anxiety. I did
Oh,
not
boy.
sleep. No, I did not sleep. I woke up at 2:00, had to be to work at 7, and was up from 2 to 7, all because of what this man blew my mind with.
Can you
This
tell
man
us?
right here.
Okay, now I'm curious.
Yeah. Let's hear it. Let's
No,
hear it.
explain what is the veil, and let's see if they understand what the veil
Let's
is,
hear
or
it.
see if they even agree with it.
All right, let's hear it.
The veil is basically a membrane, a theoretical membrane between the spirit realm, the Akashic records, the astral records, whatever you want to call it. There's probably as many names as there are the people that talk about it, but it's basically a record of all that is, all that could
Was
be,
and all that ever will be.
God, basically. Like all this, all your thoughts are collected into one energetic force field, I guess you could say, that inhabits the earth and around in the universe. And I don't know why I'm explaining it, because they don't believe any of this stuff, but that's basically what the veil is. The veil is being able to tap into an all-knowing consciousness that is out there.
Through some kind of vehicle, right?
Yeah, through a vehicle, usually through DMT, dimethyltryptamine. Yes.
Do you guys believe in that? Do you believe that you can see beyond what you are looking at right now? Do you believe that you can see beyond that into the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th?
I don't think they believe there is another reality out there, though.
Well,
You guys believe this is it?
Most of what he said is so far away from approaching something with the science we know.
well, it's a spiritualistic approach.
yeah,
No,
it's
of
tough
course
to
not.
even
Yeah.
talk about this, honestly.
But well, do I believe that there's more than we can see? I don't know. But if so, then it's going more towards the
Wait.
multiverse
You
theories.
said you don't know. What do you mean?
I mean, he doesn't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Okay,
He's completely agnostic on it.
There's points of space we haven't explored.
No, but I'm
God, I
saying
would-
there could be realities beyond ours. I
Yes.
don't think that there is a the Akashic records. I don't think that those exist. If anything in that direction, I like Plato's approach more of the idea that there is concepts that basically have a specific form. But even that seems kind of far fetched. I know.
Listen, you
Man.
gotta understand this about us, right? We are not spiritual. We approach stuff very scientifically. Like
we
very
are the
scientific.
exact same way. We are
No,
the
you're
exact.
not.
I
No,
would.
you're not.
No, that's not true.
No, we explore the I mean, I don't. Speaking for myself, I'm not dead set on anything. I just like to look into it and explore
Smoke.
things like that.
Let me ask you a question. Are you religious?
No, I mean not necessarily.
Okay. Are you spiritual?
A little bit.
I would say the same. I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. I believe that there is something other than what we are dealing with. Do you guys believe that?
In the spiritual way, no.
No.
I believe in the possibility of it being out there.
So what?
I don't say I know for sure because I haven't tapped into
don't.
the God consciousnment.
But
I really want.
but-
I want there to be more,
Oh
but
yeah,
I don't
want there,
think so.
but it doesn't mean
Exactly.
So what happens when you die? When you die, what happens to you guys?
Well,
Lights out.
It's over, you're dead.
Done.
So just complete blackness,
Yep.
right?
well, there is no
That's not
consciousness
very
to
fun at
perceive
all.
blackness.
There's nothing. Lights out. It's over.
Your consciousness ends. What happened
There's
before
no
you were
more
born?
There's no more electrical signals floating around in your brain, your central nervous system.
But where does the energy go? Because
Yeah,
the energy,
What energy?
the energy does the energy collected in your body, your consciousness.
It
It has to go somewhere. Have
Right.
you ever read the Weight of a Soul?
No.
What?
You should probably read that.
What
That's-
energy are we talking about? Are we talking about actual physics
No.
energy?
Break it down, Smoke.
No, your actual energy, your consciousness, your thoughts that are flowing through your body right now.
That
is
weighs.
energy. They actually weighed a body before and after death and found that it lost weight at the time
Yeah,
of death.
That has been debunked, but I've heard of it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the body
What?
lost fluid, so that would
yeah,
probably.
it's literally
affect
just
the
a
weight.
little bit of.
But you're not
fluid
going to lose fluid
and exhale and
instantaneously
stuff.
at
Right.
the time of death.
Or gas, and not even that. Just don't.
But anything we can say it's been debunked. I mean, it doesn't matter. I can say that flat Earth has been debunked. I can say that round Earth has been debunked. I can say that there's clouds in the sky. Oh, that's been debunked.
Wait, not even that. Not even that. Yeah, look, this ain't no joking matter. This is good old fashioned trash talk.
It
here.
is. It is. Yeah.
Just listen. Look somebody in the eye.
Mhm.
Don't move your mouth.
Mhm.
Just keep your mouth closed, and in your head, just say, "Oh wow, that person has a nice shirt on."
Mhm.
Don't say it. Don't say it, but just say
Yeah.
you're saying in
Yeah.
your head. So that voice that you hear in your head, what happens to it?
What?
Does it just?
Nothing?
It's not a physical manifestation of anything.
So what am I hearing?
You're thinking to yourself.
Okay. Hey.
No one's going to change their minds on this
Yeah,
podcast,
this
so-
is. We're just gonna go back and
mean,
forth.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not sure how it is for you guys, but oftentimes my thoughts don't even form in a matter that represents regular speech. It's more abstract concepts a lot of times. So
All
that
right. Well, do you agree?
wouldn't be.
Do you agree? Go ahead.
Because if my thinking process oftentimes isn't like kind of verbal to
You
begin with,
don't necessarily
so
narrate your own
thereby
life.
there is no voice going on. It's just things
Yeah, it's just
that you really can't explain
Yeah.
because of abstractivity.
I can't remember what law it is, but there's some law that some old person came up with that your thoughts become things. Have you guys heard that? Like
is
if
it
you
like a Tulpa
if you-
thing? It doesn't attach to the Tulpa
No,
thing?
no, not even that. But if you say, "Hey, I'm
The
going
laws
to
of manifestation.
Yeah.
Or the laws of, what do they call it?
attraction, laws of attraction, yeah.
yeah.
If you constantly say, "Hey, I'm gonna get this job," you constantly say it in your head, "I'm gonna get this job. I'm gonna get this job." You write it on a piece of paper and stick it on
Yeah,
your mirror.
yeah.
Every day you wake up and brush your teeth. I'm gonna get this job, and guess what? You get that job.
Mhm.
To you guys, that's 100% coincidence, right?
No, it's a psychological thing.
hmm
It's definitely a psychological
Okay.
thing. Yeah,
If
you can convince yourself of stuff.
If you go into
But-
it with a positive attitude, you're more likely
Yeah,
to get it.
yeah.
If you believe that you got it, it's probably because it went well. You know. Like,
What if
there's-
someone used the laws of attraction to win the lottery? Would that be completely?
What
Well,
do you
the
know?
thing is, they won't be the only person who will have tried. There's
Yeah, of course
hundreds
not.
of times more people that have failed trying
Yeah.
it than have succeeded.
But what if someone has actually mastered reality,
Yeah, that is a.
Well, first of all, you wouldn't
like
be able
Neo
to
in the
know.
Matrix?
But the
Well,
Matrix
fact is, this
specifically
is all
wasn't a
simulation,
reality.
so that's why it's possible.
Yeah, the simulation
Right.
thing I like a lot because that is fundamentally grounded in scientific assumptions.
Exactly.
hit him with that.
They know
we
about
know
it.
the
They
simulation.
Oh,
about
we
it.
know the simulation theory.
That is
So are
still-
y'all okay?
That's still the
Y'all
most-
do y'all kind of subscribe to that? Do y'all kind of
I mean,
think that could possibly be a
It could
possibility?
possibly, yes. It's
I'm
scientifically explainable if it was.
a
yeah.
person under the belief that it is possible, but I also believe that it doesn't matter whether or not it's true. Because if you knew that life was a simulation, how would that affect you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna live life
Well,
differently?
you could like Neo in the Matrix. You could take steps to actually master your reality.
Well, but the only reason why Neo was able to do stuff was because it was the chosen one. Like, other people in the Matrix were aware of it, and the only reason they could affect it was if someone else pulled them out they could then, outside of the Matrix, then acquire skills that they could use inside. There was no way from inside the simulation to make changes that you, as a human being that you were programmed to be, could not naturally do. And the same thing would be true if this was a simulation. They wouldn't give you the capability to do that.
Spark that caused the outsiders to look for him.
Yes, that is true. But again, that's the whole chosen one thing that is a very common archetype in that sort of movie and story. Generally, it's, again, if this were a simulation, then the person writing the simulation would not give the characters within that simulation the power to modify the simulation as it is beyond their normal capabilities. That's just, if whether or not this simulation literally for us doesn't affect anything.
Yeah, that is true.
It could, though.
It could. Y'all, we're just going to go back and forth on.
Yeah, exactly. We're running out of time here.
Yeah,
but
and
this is definitely a great topic.
I'm gonna just end it with the sentence and why it couldn't, because ultimately we're assuming that there isn't free will, right? That we're programmed. And fundamentally...
Wait, no. Not necessarily. Do you think that there's free... Do you have free will?
Oh boy, that question... I can answer the question.
It comes down to quantum physics, which I don't fully understand.
Are you talking about? You could literally get up right now, take your headphones out, walk out of that door, and kill...
No, see...
Yeah, well, maybe do it.
You know, I explained to you...
Exactly.
I explained to you on the last episode how free will could not actually be existing because, let's say you have your guy in Call of Duty and you are controlling him, right? Yeah. He doesn't have his own free will. You are the one controlling him, right? But that
person that I'm controlling doesn't know that.
Exactly. He thinks he has free will. He thinks that every move that he's making is actually him thinking that and causing himself to react, when in all actuality, so you are the one.
You can't really say that.
Because the thing is, everything we do is based on the biochemical signals that happen in our head. Thereby, input happens, programming, output. Thereby, by a traditional understanding of physics and chemistry, there is no free will. That being said, quantum physics has shown that particles...
man-made stuff all the time.
Well,
quantum physics has shown that electrons can behave in random ways and there's only probability that they'll do certain things, and at that point, that could potentially be considered free will. Mm-hmm. But again, it doesn't matter. Because you perceive what you do as free will, thereby whether or not actually your own...
Go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying...
No, speak.
That definitely... I mean, we really don't have time to continue down the simulation theory, but we definitely need to do a future episode on simulation theory.
Yeah. I like
it. Yeah, definitely. But let's wrap up our segments here.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I like how we decided on a topic and then Hollywood asks one question and we just do something else.
I'm sorry, but this might be one of our best.
That's good old-fashioned.
Yeah, this might be one of our best.
Honestly, I think the discussion we had was way more interesting than the weird game we thought of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
That's sort of what we hoped would happen anyway. So, songs of the week or what?
I guess you guys can go first.
Yeah, okay, JJ.
My song of the week is one of those all-time classic songs. It's Angie by the Rolling Stones.
Oh.
Nice.
Visibly
good song. I know that song.
Disappointed. I'm not even a huge fan. Honestly.
Hey, what if Alex just came out and said, my song of the week is by Baby D from Oomp Kim?
He literally has no idea. That's a local Georgia rapper.
I'd like it much more if JJ did that sort of thing once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
What you got, Alex?
I think Alex has a more obscure
My song
title.
of the week is relatively new, and you know the band, but I'm not sure you know the song. It's by The Dead South, which I know you know because I've used them before.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows In Hell I'll Be in Good Company. This song is actually from the new album called Sugar and Joy, and it's Crawdaddy Surf Cold, and it's one of my favorite songs from this new album. I like it a lot. It's about Colton, I believe Colton is his name, Colton Crawford, one of the band members.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. What you got, Smoke?
I got Sturgill Simpson, and the song is called Turtles All the Way Down, and that is the psychedelic country singer that I was talking about earlier.
I like that. The Turtles of Time. Yeah. I like that.
Nice. My song of the week is by an absolute legend. He goes by the name of Ozzy Osbourne. and he has a new album out and a new single that's top 10 on the Billboard chart right now. And the name of the song is called Under the Graveyard.
Wow.
Ozzy Osbourne is 87,000 years old.
And it still sounds like he's 25.
And kills it.
There's actually
Under the
parallel
Graveyard.
here.
Yeah.
Because Mick Jagger and Ozzy Osbourne both are old as dirt.
Yeah.
And they, like, especially Mick Jagger, like, he's always looked old, but he hasn't really aged. Which is weird.
Can we all agree that Mick Jagger has... Can we all agree that Mick Jagger has the biggest mouth on earth?
Yeah.
He's got lips.
Yeah, it's like the Joker.
I used that in the lyric, but I'm not going to repeat that here.
No, let's hear it.
No, not here.
Okay.
Oh God! I have an idea where this might be going, and honestly,
you might have an idea. We don't use DSL landlines. Let's go for it. What else we got?
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's all we got.
It.
Yeah.
All right.
Time flies.
With that being said, guys, my name's Behringer Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry, Smokey, Ramirez, Cowan.
Our outro is a lot worse, but like the video and subscribe to both of our channels, and we're gonna see you in the next one. JJ.
That's it.
Hollywood.
That's it.
Smokey.
That's it.
That's it.
Deuces.